this thing. Um, Timer's already been started. We've got about an hour today. That's what we're gonna trade today. Um, yeah, it's either we're gonna make 25 apples, lose 25 apples, or time's gonna run out. Um, if this thing is taking way too long to be put in here, so I think that's what's causing a problem. Um, as far as today goes, I don't know. I don't know. I don't pay attention to anything really. Pretty much, I pay attention to nothing, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, pretty much. All right, zone number 752. Today is. No, that was 1229. Today will be 1/2/24. That's right, January 2nd, 2024. All right. Okay, come on here, dude. I can't. Look, trade. Come on, trade station. Let's go. Man, I'm cutting out of here. I gotta restart all of it because it's not having a good time here. All right. So we restarted all that. Right now we're gonna get back on here. Where are you? All right. So let's get this thing started again. This should get going. Takes a long time. Good to go. Okay. Wonderful. All right. This thing's having a really rough time opening up. It's alright, trade station. It's alright, trade station. It's not that good. Alright. Cool. We're pretty good. NQH, CLG, GCG. Yep. Everything looks to be right. Wow. Wow. This thing dropped overnight. Let's take a look. This thing dropped dramatically overnight. Now it's coming back up. I'm bullish right now. Absolutely bullish right now. First start of the week. I'm bullish this bottom. Pretty much bullish all the way down here. So that means that's just based on the weekly chart. So that's a boundary in my opinion, this pivot. And that's kind of what's happening right now. I don't know if it'll fake out this bottom. It can still run this bottom, but then not run this distal line way down here and still bounce up. So let's just take a look at what supply is in its way. The obvious one is right here, this lonely pivot. 3 minute, yeah, that's what I see most part, but I never actually look at that line. I can automatically see that line. Right here in between this distal line and this distal line, protecting free space, this is an absolutely a holding level right here. Outside local distal line, that is really good spot to short right there. So that I'm definitely interested in if it gets up there. It's not that good. Pre-market, I mean, we've got 15 minutes until market open. You could go long at this little zone right here. That is what's happening. It's likely going to come back into there and then go bullish. I just don't know. Let's look in the daily chart. NQ. So this is the daily. It's reaching downwards and coming back up. That's what it's doing. And it's not likely to come way up, because look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart is stopping at this split. That's why it's going up, in my opinion. It's based on the weekly chart. There's a split here protecting free space. Those splits usually hold up price for a little bit. And we could play range for this entire week. We could see this bottom be in range. So that means it would have to go up a little bit to form some supply and demand to be able to range bound back and forth. But at this point, I don't think that we're gonna see that. Right now, I think it's gonna go down right into this split. I think it's gonna retrace, but I don't want to hold into 830 because I don't know what's gonna happen at 830. Overall, it absolutely looks bullish. That's what it does. It just looks bullish. So that's what I see. That's what I see for sure. You could use this holding split, this micro holding split. You could. That would be way for like a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 type event. So right here, this holding split, you could use that. You could use that holding split and go 1-to-1, 2-to-1 for a 3-to-1 up here. I'm fine with that. You're risking less apples because it's a 3-to-1. I'm cool with that. So let's go ahead and do that. NQ long, holding split. The width on the trade would be from here to here, which is 4.5, let's say. I just need to see this distal line. What's this distal line? 5 minute. What's that distal line? Does that match up? Yeah, it matches up. That's good. Okay, cool. That's 4 contracts at 57 flat. Let's get it a little bit less than 57 flat. 57 flat. That's 4 contracts at 57 flat. 57 flat would be 56.75. We'd be in long. It's coming down there right now as we speak. What's this stop loss should be at 852 flat. 852 flat. That means 851.75. That's where we'd get out for a stop loss. Targets would be 3-to-1, which would be 73.25 if we make entry on that trade. I'm going to hold off on taking a picture until we meet entry. Once we meet entry, I'll take a picture. We're going for a 3-to-1 because if you look at the higher time frame chart, if you look at, hold on, I just want to delete those lines. If you look at the 30-minute, let's say, the 30-minute looks really bullish. It just looks really, really bullish, and if it comes down, we'd expect it to go up and show green. It's risky. That's why we're risking less apples. We're only risking 2.5 apples on this trade. So we're automatically assuming like it'll lose. But if it does win, we can capture 3-to-1. You know, we can capture a decent amount on this because I think it is bullish, and I think that 830 can lift us a little bit. put wind at our sails a little bit, actually a lot of it. But then we'd get out because we don't really know if there's gonna be some chop in that morning open, which can stop us out too. Could. But I just think that this is decent because it's bullish. It is bullish. So we're longing, but hey, if it happens, if it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. It's fine with me. So let's just leave it be. Now, this is likely, so it is bullish right now, isn't that? That's really bullish. So I think I'm gonna leave this trade on either way. We gotta move our thoughts to gold now. Actually, let's go to crude oil. I haven't seen crude oil for a while. So let's take a look at crude oil. All right. So weekly chart. It looks squished. It looks like it's gonna be range bound for a while because I see what I see. I don't like all these lines anywhere. No lines, please. All right. I see there's supply, and then I see there's demand. There's an obvious demand underneath. Look at that. You know, it's been tested a few times. It's like it's an obvious line in my opinion, but I'd even go so far as to put it down here. And there's a lot of demand under there. But then what I see is the demand is more predictable than the supply. The supply is, it could go further up and then down, or it could go shallow and down. We don't really know how far it can really go, but it is range bound. I think it's underpriced right now based on what's normal. Based on, I see this range over here. I mean, this is way further up. It's at $80. So I do think that it could go up. And it's showing just so bearish right now. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Probably going to look exactly like the weekly. Yeah. Okay, so right now it's in a comeback bar prevention. We could go long here for the comeback bar. I'm good with that. If you're good with that, I'm good with that. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna do this as a daily comeback bar prevention. We're gonna go long here. That's 0.56. That's a very large zone. See how long? Comeback bar prevention, 0.56. We're just going for a 1-to-1 here, and that's one contract. Let's go to the daily chart and see if that looks right. The daily chart looks right. One contract at 72.19, 72.19. One contract, 72.19. Let's go ahead and do that. 72.19. Let's go ahead and do two contracts because it's such a wide zone. 72.19. We're gonna buy two there. Stop loss is way lower, and we doubled on this trade because in general I think it's bound to work. I think it's totally gonna work. In fact, I would go triple. Actually, I would go so much as to triple this, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. 3. Got to be careful, of course, but I am doing what I think's gonna happen, so that's why I'm doing these things. That would be 4 contracts actually, so I'm going only 3, so that's helpful. Let's take a picture of that because right now it's gotten so close to entry that I would call it entry. Taking a picture, and that's zone number 752. I'm gonna cancel my NASDAQ orders. Canceling my NASDAQ orders because it looks like it skyrocketed. Looks like it went up. All right, so 72.19. All right, hold on. All right, 3 contracts, and it would be doesn't look like it's gonna happen. It's got to come lower for me to make entry here. That's unfortunate. That really is, because I was thinking it would make entry, but it might not, because it's already formed that low. I'm looking for it to drop just slightly lower to get me involved here. And that would suck if it doesn't, right? It would be 4 contracts at this long, so we'll do 4 at 19. We'll do 4 at 19. And this is gonna be, if you look at it, it's gonna be how many apples risk. We're gonna be risking 7.5 apples on that trade. That is a good amount. 826. Let's say we made entry. This is a daily comeback bar prevention. X score. What's the X score? 1, 2, 2.5. Let's say. X2 and a half. That's fine. We haven't actually made entry yet. So, I mean, it's got to go lower to get me in, so it is what it is. All right. If it doesn't fill me soon, we're just not going to be involved in that trade. This is a day trade, but this is a very long-term trade. We might hold this for a while. You know, it might take a little bit, which sucks because it takes margin away from NASDAQ. That's okay. Let's take a look at NASDAQ, see if it went up. All right. Okay, so it did go up. It did rally. It said, nah, it doesn't even need me involved to go up. The holding split's still valid, and even more so, actually, that it's valid now. In my opinion, this is likely to work for a 1-to-1. NQ long for a 1-to-1 at this point, 7.5. Oops, holding split, 7.5. Now we're going for a 1-to-1. Oh, yeah, yep. 1-to-1, which would be 5 contracts at 857. 857. 1-to-1 is 857. 5 contracts at 857. 5 contracts at 857 flat. We would be in that. It's in. We haven't made entry yet. It's about to hit entry. All right. It is 8:28. It's about 1 minute until time here. We're gonna cancel order if it doesn't hit by 8:30. But 862 and a half. So stop loss is. What's the stop loss? Stop loss would be 85175. 85175. Just gotta make sure I'm not risking too much here. Never ever trying to risk too much. 1-to-1 would be 862 and a half. That would be 1-to-1, so 862 and a half. We're gonna wait. It's 50 seconds until 8:30. I'm gonna wait a little bit and just see if this hits it, because it can trigger it and come up. But this was a pre-market zone that I wanted. I have to make a decision right now if I'm going to hold this into 8:30 or not. This is stupid to do that, because 8:30 range can get really nuts, man. It can just blow through anything it wants. So at this point, it's not a good idea. So I'm canceling the order. Darn it. We can look at it. I'm not going to track it, but we can look at it. We can see what happens to it. That's cool. And boom, 8:30 lifts off. Hits my target. Nope. It would have sunk right through. Thank you. Thankful I didn't. It would have sunk right through. You do have a protecting extreme on this low. It is a zone. It absolutely is a zone. You could take a 1-to-1 on that. But I'd rather go for a much further target. So I would take that. I don't know how far it'll be though. That's all. I don't know how far it'll go. 11.25. We are in. We made entry on crude oil. Let's take a look at that daily picture. Let's take a screenshot of the 5 minute. 5 minutes just falling out of bed, falling right into our hands. Hoping we're hoping that it goes up. But, you know, we're catching a bit of a weight here. It is weight. There's a lot of sellers going on right now. So, but this is a comeback bar prevention. This is classic. It's pretty much perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for. So we're just trying to grab a 1-to-1 out of this, which is 72.76 is my target. 72.76, I repeat. 72.76. Let's take a look at oops, come on. All right, let's take a look at that PE. That PE on the NQ. I don't want to miss this one. No, it's gone up anyways. The PE would be down here. It would be the daily low, I believe. Yep. So I don't know if it's gonna do that or not. 830 is wild, so let's place the order anyways, just in case if it goes down there. That would a 1-to-1 is all I'm be hoping for, because I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I just think it's a good zone, so I'm just gonna go for a 3 contract long there at 827.5, 827.5, 3 contract long. 827.5. Where are you? 827.5. 827.5. And my stop loss would be low of day right here. There you go. I really appreciate not having to do targets right away. I really like that. Anyways, so let's take a look here. Let's see how much we're risking on crude oil right now. Our stop loss should be at 71.63. This low, 71.63. That's exactly right. 22.80 is our stop loss. That's 22.80 divided by 150. Is 15.2 apples. So this is a big deal. 15.2 apples is our risk. What's our reward? What's our reward? Our reward is 22.80. Wow, exactly the same. So 15.2 apple reward would be it. It is a 50% chance of that working out. Right now, it's more likely to lose than win as we see it. Let's take a look back at NQ. NQ does look to be reaching downwards. We could get triggered in this PE, protecting extreme zone. At that point, we will see. That would be zone number 753. Let's wait on it. Wait on it. Why wouldn't that be? Yeah, all things should be conditional formatting. Text that contains ... would need yellow. Thank you. And then a text that contains dot comma, we need it green. Just custom format, just green fill. Thank you. That's it. Cool. That's it. All right, so it's coming down. We're about to meet entry here on NQ. And not about to, but getting there. It's getting closer. We're hanging out at that bottom section. It's a 5-minute PE. I like it. I really like it. It's outside local distal line. I mean, this is fantastic. At the moment, this is looking a great entry here if it gets it. Come on, get down there. Get down there. Meet entry. Come on, get down there. Ah, you gotta meet entry, man. We really need you to meet entry here. 839 is my target as 839. We made entry. 839, where are we at? 839 is right here. Come on. 839 is target. 690 is the target. Stop loss is 650. 650 for 690. 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 I gotta take pictures. Target's almost about to be hit. Looks like it, at least. 650 for 690. It Targets hit. Targets hit. We're out of that trade already. 650 for 690. Targets hit. Nice job, NQ. 650 for 690. Great job, NQ. What a play. 650 for 690. Yeah. 650 for 690. 650. For 690. 4.6 apple reward. We just gained 4.6 apples, so we should show that. So we're up 4.5 apples. We might lose this crude oil trade, so we're just chilling right now. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that definitely went 1-to-1, and now it's sinking lower. This PE, it looks like it's gonna break this daily low. But thank you for at least letting me get 1-to-1 profit on that. What was my pivot in the zone? Pivot in the zone was 25%. I gotta finish that. We made entry at about 836. Yep, 836. Along with, let's show outside local distal line. Recency was about 2.3. Magnitude was about 3.4. X score was 4.25. What else? OE of 3, I thought. No, OE of 2 for sure. Which is overextended level 2. Alright, so 1-to-1. Now it's just tapped that low. We're gonna let this thing kind of do its thing. I'm not in any of those positions. I'm only in crude oil, which is looking to get stopped out here. Because it's hitting that low. On that daily chart, it's about to show a hammer candle going downwards. That is very, very bearish. I just want to say that. That looks extremely bearish. I would be, if it goes lower, I would be bullish in between this gap area. I think I would be. If this were to happen, I would go long here with this as my stop. So from, let's say, here to here, this is that in-between area. I would go long here for at least a 1-to-1, and I would triple that. So that's 0.35. CL long. Int, that's 0.35. This is more like a breakout bar prevention, and this is about to get stopped out here. That's triple though would be 6 contracts. 6 contracts at 71.58. 6 contracts at 71.58. So I'm just rolling this one into this because it's like right next to it. 71.58. 600. That means 2 more contracts at 71.58. That's fine. Because they're the same trade, but I'm tracking them separately. They're 4 ticks, whatever. So let's see here. What's my stop loss? My stop loss is at this low, which is 71.24. All right, and 2. Yeah, all right. So let's see here. Because that's what's going on right now. And I'm just gonna go for a 1-to-1 on that. On the daily chart, it would be this. It would be like this. If it gets down there, it should get down there. Yeah, breakout bar prevention. See that? Yeah, there it goes. So it broke lower, broke that daily low. And I think it's gonna be a breakout bar prevention. That would be zone number 754. Daily chart. That's what it looks like. So it's essentially going lower, and I think it won't break that previous day's low. And there it goes. It just broke. We're entered in more. We've entered in more. And we're in more. So where's my stops? My stops anywhere? My stops are right there. Jeez, why is it so much? Why is my stop so much money? Can you do cancel one of them? It's 7 contracts. Why is my stop so much money? It's weird. Anyways. You take a picture, right? Yeah, I took a picture. This is an int breakout bar prevention, so the actually would be under comeback bar prevention, right? Comeback bar prevention, I think. This is a at 841 754 zone number. Is that correct? 754. Yeah, that's right. And this is a daily comeback bar breakout bar prevention. That's a BPP. End of trend. That's true. End of trend. X score. Long wick. X score of. Oh man, that's a huge X score. Hold on. I'm gonna continue that. I just need to cancel this one out. This trade needs to go. This trade lost. Comeback bar prevention lost. Okay. That's zone number 752. Zone number 752 lost. Let's take a look at the 5-minute or 15-minute. That completely lost. This is bullish at this point, but I'm already loaded up contracts. Anyways. Oops. So that's done. Zone number 752 is done. Let's go ahead and go that. That went 0 NA. This was negative 15.2 apples. At this point, we're not looking good, but it's okay. We're going 1-to-1 on this one. See how long? We were just going 6 contracts. We did 3 contracts. 0.35 width. 0.35 width. Okay, let's look at the daily picture. What right now is happening is it's working technically right now. So we just need to mark out our 1-to-1 target, which is up here. It's got to show the day has to show green. Essentially, I'm saying that yes, it did make a hammer candle lower, but it's not going to break that previous day's low yet. Not yet. It can, but not yet, without some retracement, and that's what we're asking for, some retracement. 71.94 is my target. 71.94 is my target. Oh my gosh, it's about 15 apples. Wow, that's just insane. That's that close to entry. That's funny. I don't know why I can't place entry. Oh, there it is. Here's my target. 94 is my target. So what this means is essentially 0.35 is my width, right? So 0.35 is my width. What that means is CL, how many apples am I risking then? 0.35, and I'm risking 3, because we had 4 originally, so we had 3 contracts on this one. Is that right? 3 contracts. I think we're in it, so I'm gonna go as many as we can, and I can't do any more than what it is now. So we had 4 contracts, so 3, whatever. I guess 3 contracts at 58. Looks to be about 15. How many apples then is the risk? 15 plus 450, so 450 divided by 150 is 3 plus 15.2 is about 18.2 contracts of reward, right? 18.2. And as far as stop losses go, The stop loss is 13,000, so it's ridiculous. So 13,150. That doesn't make any sense because I rolled it from the last trade. I don't like doing that. Divided by 150, right? But we minus 15.2 apples for the last trade. For somehow we got 72. I don't understand that. Where's my stop loss here? This is my low. 71.25, right? Oh, that's right here. 5,070. I got the wrong numbers, bro. I'm $1 off. That's hilarious. All right, 71.25. Right? What's this low? 71.25 is the low. So 71.24. Got it. We got it. We understand it now. Sorry. All right. 5150 divided by 150 bucks is 34. So 15.2. We were risking 19.1. All right. 19.1 apples for the possible reward of 18.2 apples. I thought we were going to hit it just then and there, but now it's decided to take a mind of its own and says, screw you. I don't care. This is a breakout day. Short, 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 short. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like. Our targets, man, our target's at 71.94. 71.94. 71.94 is right up here. That's our target. All right. Oops. Not white. Blue. That's fine. How much time we have left? We got 30 minutes left. Yeah, it just looks bearish, man. Looks bearish. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. That's all we can do, though. We're pretty much doing exactly what we're asking for. This is precisely what we're looking for. There's nothing we can do. That's it. I mean, this is a great trade in my opinion still. But this is our plan, man. We've traded the plan. That's all we can do. I don't know why everything's off right now. All right, here we go. So we've risked more money on this trade than previous. Oh, why is that? I think it's just slippage, I guess. Oh, I added to a position. That's my rule. I can't add to positions. That's why I added when it was in my favor at negative 25% PIS. Because confident and want to have as much on the line when I am confident. It will work. Essentially. Right now, I'm at negative 10 apples on the day, but this trade is... I don't have any margin anyways, but this trade is it. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's look back at NQ. It's likely broken that low. Wow, has it broken that low? I mean, look at that. That's definitely broken that low, my friends. This thing is tanking. Wow. I have to look at the higher time frame and see what's going on, because it just broke that weekly low that I had thought it would be bullish at. This thing is absolutely tanking. So let's see what's happening on the higher time frames. I've got to look. Wow. This thing is just... This thing doesn't give a crap. This guy don't care at all. It just left the party. I thought we were going to play some range here. He doesn't even want to play any range at all. There's nothing here. It just sunk. So at this point, All of these turn to one line because it's not near price. Demand, I mean, what do you want? There's not much. There's not much demand to go off of, in my opinion. On the weekly chart, it's broken, so I would expect it to break a little bit more before it retraces. That's all. This could be the start of a trend, in my opinion, because it broke that all-time high, as you see on the higher time frame chart of a monthly. It broke that high. We can see this thing come down now. And I wanted to place this in a higher time frame trade, like a long-term, like swing trade short, but I don't know. I mean, I just don't have the nuts to carry overnight or the amount of money that can hold overnight, because I have day trading margin. That's the only way I can trade futures. So I don't know. It was just not. You can definitely. It would probably be in the option market because you can hold those overnight. Yeah, you'd probably buy some puts or sell some calls up here at the high. But that's left the party. This could be the start of a trend downwards. I'm talking all the way down to here, all the way down to this area, all the way down. So that's like 16,300. So that's another 400 points. So not today, but I'm talking, trending downwards. That's what I can see. It's chosen that. It's down 1.5% today. It has chosen to do that. In the time frame right this second, I mean, I think it could have a little bit of a bounce. I think it has already tried to do that. Yep, there it is. So it's tried to do that a little bit here. We could see a little bit of a bounce coming back to this split, and then the split tosses it lower. Because otherwise, I don't think it's going to come back to the 8:30 open. This has gone down, so I think it can still continue to go down. But we do have supply over here. We do have supply over here, so if it's going to go up, the 15-minute would likely want to form by then, so let's wait. We'd have to wait until 9 a.m. on the dot. Crude oil seems to be the same thing. It comes up, it wants to retrace downwards. My target's nearby, but this stop loss is nearby too. This is my stop loss. That's really nearby. That's close by. So I don't know. I mean, crude oil kind of fell out of bed. I can't really do much about it. So that really is unfortunate. I'm long, but it doesn't really care about me, really. So yeah, I mean, that's bearish. I don't know what's going to happen. I was thinking there's some retracement on that daily picture if you look at this. I mean, look at this. So if you zoom in, that is bearish. It comes up. This is a gigantic green bar, and it's turned red. There's just so much momentum, so much heat, and I just think that it needs a little bit of a retracement. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for the retracement just to be up here, just to form barely green again and then turn down. But it doesn't care about me. It is about to stop me out, send it lower. Yeah, I don't know what to do then. I'm going to have to get out. Obviously, I'm getting out, but my stop loss is in place right there. It's about to hit stop loss. Once it gets stopped out, if it gets stopped out, whatever, I don't think I'm going to be long. I just can't. You can take anti-breakout. I don't know, man. I can't. I don't think so. I don't know. It could, but look, I've tried twice in a row. I've tried the comeback bar prevention, broke it, went lower. I tried the breakout prevention, and that's what it looks like right now, this zone, and it might swing lower and slice through it. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to trade it. So that's the only thing I can do. Oh, There's not much I can do about that one. And if it goes lower, there's not much. I don't know. I'm just going to step away. I got to pull away. That's my opinion. Well, there's a little bit of a bounce here working for me. So a little bit of a bounce. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it stumped right to that bottom. It's just interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. I have my stops and targets in place. Who cares what's going to happen? Well, obviously we care. It's just, I have no control over it. So can't do anything about it. And I don't exit positions early. It's just not something I do. And I shouldn't add to positions. That's something I have to highlight. There's a flag on the play there. On my previous... on this trade currently on crude oil, I added to the position just because it was confusing with... it was confusing because I rolled over to the next position. I don't like that. You got to figure that out. I almost would prefer you just to cut out... Yeah, it's 4 ticks of between my stop loss and my next entry. Just freaking get out, pay the commissions, and just so you can have everything standardized, where you can have the next trade to be actual risk instead of a rolled risk of the previous trade as well. So, but this NQ is just continuing to get lost here. This is a... Wow, this is wild. This is a really bearish split right here. This is a distal line. That's important. That's important because there's likely going to be some retracement right in between here. There's some retracement. That is in trend. It's likely going to happen on the 3-minute. You could go in short, but I don't have any... I mean, I could. I would go in short up here, though. I would let this thing break and then go short up here. Why? I don't know. I think this one's protecting more of the free space. This one's so close to recent trend, and if you look on the daily, it's just it's burning lower, and if I'm gonna have a profitable target, it has to break that low. I just don't like breaking the lows. I just don't like it. I like being within some type of reasonable range. So if this does break, which it looks like it is, I'll go ahead and take this 3-minute holding level right here. This is my distal line. The shaded region is where I think it's going to turn, but I will add a little bit of more wiggle room on that. That's a NQ short. I'm planning 17.75. And this would be a holding level. That's right. Holding level. So that's 2 contracts. I'd go for a 1-to-1 on this. 1-to-1 would be from here to here. It'd just be down there, which is a far target. I don't have any reason to go double on this, but I do think it's going to work. So, whatever. 771 is my entry, and that's 2 contracts. 4.7. That's about 5 apple reward. This is 2 contracts at 771. I repeat, 771. 2 contracts. 2 contracts at 771. Oh, come on. 771. Oh, I can't because I don't have margin because I'm in this crude oil trade. Darn it! That sucks because I want to place it and it's about to hit entry here. We can go one, I think. 771. We can't go more than 1 though. I'm just gonna go 1 because then I can get the feel of trading this zone. This stop loss would be 788.5. 788.5. That means 88.75 is my stop. So this is what it is right now. Boom. Let's see this. Target entries made. Let's plan our target right now. Come on, let's go quick. Entry made. That's zone number 755. 3-minute holding level. 5-minute split. Protecting free space of 3. Recency of about 2-1. Magnitude 2-3. Let's go to the... Ooh, it's about to hit. Stop, 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 hit. Stop, hit. No, oh, no. It's in wiggle room right now. Whew. It's close. Almost hit and stop. Let's go to the 15-minute. What else do we need? No. 15-minute didn't play into my role here. It didn't play into my role. It didn't play into my decision making. I just need to place target. That's what I need to do. And target would be a 753.5. I repeat, 753.5. 753.5. Okay, so let's see here. So $350 is my risk. $350 is my reward. That's really not much. 350. That's 2.3 apples on both sides. 2.3 apples. 2.3 apples. Why is that a yellow flag on the play? It's a margin error. Come on, buddy. Margin error. I'm cooped up in crude oil long. Alright. Crude oil looks to be going up. Okay. Stop loss hit. Stop loss hit on NQ. Stop loss hit. Luckily, it was only 2 apples. That's thankful. Wow, thankful. Very thankful. So let's go there. That was negative 2.3 apples on that trade. We got to show what happened. That was a 9 a.m. bar. 755. And this was... It looks to be 0 NA. Yeah, it did. It did go nothing. Nothing in my favor. 0 NA. I gotta write this out. 3-minute holding level, protecting free space of 2, outside local distal line, OE of 2, recency 2, 1 magnitude 2, 3, X score of 3. What else? What other traits are there? No, that's it. That's it. Negative 2.5 apples on that one. We're just chilling. That one's out. I'm gonna keep it in the books because obviously you can see that it barely stopped out. It stopped out by a tick, so I'm definitely leaving it in the books. We're still tracking it. We'll label 105 pivot in the zone. Anything between 100, which is my stop loss, and 125, which is 25%, a little bit more than stop loss, I'm going to be tracking it. Why? Because I'm going to investigate which wiggle room is the best for trading. It could be 25% of the zone. It could be 50% of the zone, whatever, 10%. I don't want any wiggle room, but because it adds to the risk. But generally, I want to track it if it barely stops me out, right? Definitely want to track that. The PE, yeah, only went 1.25. Yep. All right, that's the only trade I'm doing. I've got 12 minutes. I got to piss. Wow. Came way down. One 110% Piz. Cool. Any other trades you want to take? NQ 5 minute. Not really. Not particularly. If this wants to rally upwards, man, if this breaks upwards, that's bullish. I would take something if 3 minutes starts printing green and shows some type of breakout going upwards. Yeah, I would see something. Let's look at crude oil. The weekly chart. The weekly chart. The weekly chart, as you can see, looks like it'll break out, right? And that's what we were trying to defeat, to derail. We'll see, man. We will see. I'm asking for it to go to that blue line instead of go to that red line. Whichever one goes first, that's what happens to my profit. So, I don't know. Why is it 300 bucks profit? I don't understand that. We gained 4. Oh yeah. So on the PE we gained 4.5 apples, and then we lost 2.5 on the holding level. Man, it's already 8 minutes left of the session. It's just so quick, dude. It just happened so quick. That's all I can say. Yeah, I mean, daily chart, 240-minute chart is what you really can see on what I'm asking for. This overextended bar, I'm asking for it to turn around before it breaks out lower, and it did that. But this bounce is just too shallow. I'm not gonna go less than a 1-to-1 on this trade. So I'm really asking for that blue line to be hit. I think that's somewhat reasonable, but it also gives the market an out to stop me out. It does. Because it's also reasonable for the market to get all the way almost to my stop loss and then retrace. And that retracement, I just didn't time that right as best as I could. That's the retracement I needed, but I don't know if it'll be enough of a retracement to get up to that blue line. So that totally makes sense to me, and I accept my fate. So the 15-minute, let's see this. So 60 NQ rallies down, rallies up, coming down now. It's showing wants to go lower. Yeah, so the 3 minutes doing the opposite of what I was asking for. The 3 minutes showing red bars, not green. So definitely important to note. That's 1.25 it's gone. 1.25. Cool. X score of that crude oil trade. What was that? What was that X score? 1, 2, 3, 4. X4. Holy moly. X4. I would say narrow because it's based on the chart. That's narrow. Breakout bar prevention, yeah. In between. Past breakout point. Yeah. Past breakout because of the daily comeback bar. Yeah, that's right. Furthest it's gone. Oh, wow. It's gone 0.75 to 1 for sure. Darn. I'm on 100% Piz. I'm going to use this stop loss as my low, which is 71.33. 71.33. That's my stop loss. 71.32. Oops, 32. So, yeah, you save $500, which is 500 divided by 150, which is 3.3 apples saving. 15.8 apples. Piz. Yep. That's tough, man. That's tough. We asked for it, or we asked nicely. I mean, that's all you can do. So there's still hope, but it doesn't look promising now. NQ looks like it wants to go south. It's showing formations that want to go south. I don't see any reason why it would go up at this point. It just looks bearish. That's all. On the day, I kind of want these to be printed so that I can see my risk and reward and stuff. Because we've only had, oh yeah, we've had 2. So we've, a sum is negative 12.9 apples. But it depends on this trade right now, this crude oil trade. All right. NQ. Wow, there's the bullish momentum that we needed. That's interesting. The 5-minute is about to hit some turmoil here. We've got 3 minutes left until only exit orders of my session. Doesn't look like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. 3 minute. I feel like this high is gonna be broken before this low, but I don't know. For some reason, this NQ is completely in line with crude oil right now. I don't know why. I mean, even on the 3-minute chart, it's in line. Let's look on the 15-minute chart. It's dropped lower and dancing on that low, same as NQ. Dropped lower, dancing on that low, and it went down, but it went up, and now it's coming back down. And same thing with crude oil. Went down, went up, and now it's coming back down. But right this second it's coming back up, which is similar to, oh, I thought it was similar to NASDAQ. Just a moment ago it was similar to NASDAQ. NASDAQ chooses to come up and then just turns, still turns. That means crude oil should turn too, if we're continuing that kind of trend. Yeah, this thing's, wow. I mean, right? Yeah, so this crude oil, if you want to follow NQ, you'd go down right now. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's where it would go. Somehow I'm still hopeful, and that's what happens. Hope is a normal thing to feel when you're in a trade. I'm not to the point of where feeling no hope. I'm just an optimistic person. I think it's important to understand why we have these things that we do, why these rules. I broke 2 rules today. I broke no change of position size during trade, and I broke no double, triple position size directly after a loss of more than 5 apples. So on this crude oil trade, I had lost. Yeah, 30 seconds left. We're not placing a trade. So that's it. That's it on the session. Only exit orders now. And that's what we have anyways. So it's only exit orders. But on this crude oil trade, it broke. And I lost 15 apples. And then on the next trade, I chose to have the same amount of position on. I chose to have 19 apples or 18 apples on the line. Okay, and that's a triple. That's a triple order. And you can do triple orders, but not after you just lost a triple order, because you know why? This is why. When you take on a large size after a large loss, then you are extremely likely to be doing this not based on the chart, but rather based on your account, and also the hole in your heart after being damaged from the large loss. You do normally try to patch the hole in your heart by immediately having that large chunk of your heart on the ground that you saw from taking that hit, and you shove it back in your heart, and it just doesn't work like that. You try to by taking a large position on, but again, to replace it right away, but that's just not how it works. Historical data absolutely concludes that large size after a large loss leads to larger losses. Do you understand? Larger losses and chaotic volatility in your count, which leads ultimately directly to emotional exhaustion from the swings of desperation, relief, and agony that is brought directly to you when you are at the mercy of what the market will do. When we risk so much and put so much on the line, we basically, what does that saying mean? Put so much on the line. What that means is I'm putting so much of myself for the market to just decide what to do with me. To do with me, in many ways, our money is our livelihood, and we put our money on something. That thing can do what it wants with us. And we get racked around like a roller coaster of just extreme emotions, especially if it's a lot of money. And why we shouldn't do this is because how we can avoid this, all right? This is automatically going to happen if you have too much risk on the line, if you bet so much on the line. So we have to bet less. And if you do choose to bet a little bit more on something, which I have options to do so because I need some flexibility, some trades I think that are going to work more than others. So I choose to go heavier size. And I think that if you do choose to do that and you get proven wrong and it loses, you can't trade again with that size. You have to go normal size. Okay? So that's a huge rule, and I had just broken it. So I think breaking a rule should have a ban, a yellow card, right? And if you break it again, so I'm gonna put a yellow card there. All right. And that's January 2nd, 2024. That's when I broke that rule. So these are the rules for me. This is when I broke it. No change of position. Yep, 1, 2, 24. I did break that rule here and here. No re-entry on the same trade. No entry on breakouts after breakout occurred. That's right. We're good on that. But essentially, I broke these two rules, and these are two yellow cards. So the next time I break these rules, any one of these two we're banned for a day of trading. And that means not just like, oh, we're banned today, I'm going to go do work outside. No, you're trading simulator or whatever day that you're excited to trade with. It's trade day today. You have to trade simulator. And it's good for you anyways, but that's generally what's going on. That's what I'm going to do. Those are my rules, and they're counting, meaning they're still out. The jury's still out on more rules. These rules are absolutely intact. They're good because I just explained why. But anyways, let's take a look at NQ, if that continued lower or not. Wow, did that ever? Holy moly, man. It did. Look at that go. 1, 2. It went 2 to 1 now. I got to take a picture of that. And my stop loss was hit by a tick, man. Really a tick. Like, barely anything. Okay. So, that's important to know. That's a 3-minute zone. Let's take a picture of the 3-minute instead. I'm really, really happy with myself for the most part, following the rules. For the most part. I really like it. For the most part. I'm going to take a picture of the 5-minute. Because I think the 5-minute shows that the 5-minute split was broken. It was broken, so we're excited to show that. That means the backside worked. The backside of that distal line worked. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, man. At this point, we're done. I'm just gonna be we just have to wait for this crude oil trade to work out or not, which is right here. It looks like it's in a range. I'm asking for the blue line to be hit. The red line might be hit. Who knows? Daily chart. Daily chart shows that. So that will dictate my profit on the day or loss on the day. That's it. So there's nothing else I can do. The football field today is, I went down -15. Well, actually, yeah. And then I went up 5, but really the 5 happened before that. It finished before that. Anyways, the zones were happening at the same time. Went up 5, and now I'm risking... Oh, and then I went down 2, but that was after this, so the graph won't update it until the one in the middle is updated, which is current and present right now, which is the crude oil long. Crude oil long is either 15.8 Apple loss, which would set me down to 25. So they won the game. Or it would put me up somewhere in the positive, because 19 apples is somewhere up here, under 10 Apple profit, whatever. So anyways, and then we're going to start the football field over again tomorrow, or whenever we trade next. It'll be the same thing. So super cool, man. Super duper cool. I have a good feeling about this one, but who the heck knows, man? Who the heck knows? I don't know. I'm just asking for a little bit of a bounce here, and then it can go down. But we'll see. That's the only trade I have on. That's it. That's done for the day. And once either one are hit, I'm going to cancel those orders, and then that's it. And then we'll calculate profit at the end of the day. And then I'll post the results. So we're tracking everything. great first day trading of the month. We'll see the results. I thought it was pretty good, but you know, we could do better with no doubling position size when I just had lost position size, so that's important. Anyways, that's it.